Audience, would you please rise for our national anthem, sung by San Ramon Valley's chamber singers and led by choir director Michael DiGiacinto.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets and the misty air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please remain standing as our senior class president, David Burrow, leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. Good morning, parents, families, guests, teachers, staff, and of course, the wonderful class of 2021. I am Liz Pagano, principal, and on behalf of the entire staff, it is my honor and privilege to welcome you all to this very special commencement, the 107th commencement for San Ramon Valley High School. Our distinguished students may be seated. I would like to welcome our distinguished guests who are here with us today. Representing SRVHS Board of Education trustee is Shelley Clark. Representing the district office, Superintendent of Educational Services, Christine Gerardo. And Christopher George, Director of Instruction. Also in attendance, but not on stage with us, is your former principal, Jason Krokowski. Jason, thank you for your dedication to these students. I know it means a lot that you're here today. I would also like to thank the San Ramon staff for all the care and support they have provided to our students for the past 4 years. Today's ceremony, like every aspect of your experience here, involved the coordinated efforts of many people, ranging from our custodial team, to our counselors, to our staff members, to our teachers, and our assistant principals, Olivia Hanley, Anne-Marie Walters, and Nicole Chaplin. At this time, I would like to invite all faculty and staff members who are with us today to please stand. Without their passion, dedication, and care for you, your education here would have been very different. Thank you. Students, while we are here today to acknowledge and celebrate your accomplishments, We know none of us succeed entirely on our own. Please join me in thanking your parents and families who have supported you throughout your journey. Finally, I'd like to extend a special thank you to all our senior parents who have been working so hard on grad night. Thank you for providing our students with a memorable event to conclude this unprecedented year in a positive and fun way for our students. At this time, I'd like to introduce our first speaker, Daniel Rainey.
Good afternoon, students, parents, teachers. My name is Daniel Rainey, and it's an honor to be with you here today. Students, you know, it really wasn't too long ago that we were just a bunch of scared freshmen who spent the first 2 years of our high school in portables on blacktop. Fortunately for us, construction on B Hall finished after 6 long years, and we got the opportunity to admire it from the comfort of our homes and laptops. But now, fortunately, we do have the opportunity to celebrate and graduate here, not as a class, but as a family. In all honesty, I struggled for a long time with what to talk about during this speech. I must have written about a dozen different speeches, and this one actually as recently as last night. Because if there's one thing high school prepared me for, it's how to procrastinate until the last minute. I want to talk about a bracelet that I wear every day. The bracelet says, "Love the person next to you." And it's cheesy, I know, but I want to talk about why it's important to me. As you all know, much too well, 3 years ago, we lost an angel here at SRV. Ben was an amazing person. He was someone who would make you laugh one moment and then make you cry as he crossed you up and drilled a three-pointer in your face. He was just amazing. And I don't know if you saw the airplane, but he was so loved by everyone. And Ben should be here today graduating with us, but he's not. No matter how someone looks or acts, you never know what's happening in their life. We've all been there. Maybe you have a bad day or get in a fight or get beamed in the head by a stray carrot flying across the lunchroom. Just a smile or a "how are you feeling" has the potential to make someone's day or change someone's life. There's a handmade sign I saw recently off of El Cerro Boulevard, and it says that if we can hate each other for no reason, that we can love each other for no reason. But loving the people around you is more than showing kindness to strangers and being a good human being. It's a reminder to tell those close to you, your friends, your family, your loved ones, most of whom are in the audience right now, that you do love them. Because as we embark on the next chapter of our lives and most of us go away, it's something that needs to be said now more than ever. But today is a day of celebration. In a few minutes, your name will be called and other people will give speeches and you'll forget all about what I said. But remember one thing. Don't be afraid to love the person next to you, be it family, friends, or strangers. That being said, I don't graduate until 2:30, so I'm going to go home. Thank you, SRV, and congratulations.
Thank you, Daniel. Next, we'll be treated to a song, "Long Lived," performed by Ali Neron and CJ Arparicio. Come on up.
I said, remember this moment in the back of my mind. The time we stood with our shaking hands, the crowds in stands went wild. We are the kings and the queens, and they read off our names. The night you danced like you knew our lives would never be the same. You held your head like a hero on a history book page. It was the end of a decade, but the start of an age. Long live the walls we crashed through, all the kingdom lights shine just for me and you. I was screaming, long live all the magic we made, bring on all the pretenders. One day we will be remembered. Said, remember this feeling. I passed the pictures around of all the years that we stood there on the sidelines, wishing for right now. We are the kings and the queens. You trade your baseball cap for a crown. When they gave us our trophies, and we held them up for our town, and the cynics were outraged, screaming, this is absurd. 'Cause for a moment a band of thieves in ripped up jeans got to rule the world. Long live the walls we crashed through, all the kingdom lights shine just for me and you. I was screaming, long live all the magic we made, bring on all the pretenders. I'm not afraid. Long live all the mountains we moved. I had the time of my life fighting dragons with you. I was screaming, long live that look on your face, and bring on all the pretenders. One day we will be remembered. Hold on to spinning around, confetti falls to the ground. May these memories break our fall. Will you take a moment? Promise me this, that you'll stand by me forever. But if heaven forbid fate should step in and force us into a goodbye, if you have children someday, when they point to the pictures, please tell them my name. Tell them how the crowds went wild. Tell them how I hope they shine. Long live the walls we crashed through. I had the time of my life with you. Long, long live the walls we crashed through. All the kingdom lights shine just for me and you. I was screaming, long live all the magic we made, bring on all the pretenders. I'm not afraid. Singing, long live all the mountains we moved. I had the time of my life fighting dragons with you. And long, long live that look on your face, and bring on all the pretenders. One day we will be remembered.
Great. Now I'd like to introduce our final student speaker, Daniel Sagafi.
Welcome, parents, staff, fellow graduates. As this year's valedictorian, oh wait, that's definitely not my speech. Here we go. What's going on, everybody? My name is Daniel Sagafi, and I would like to start by saying this is a huge, huge honor for you all to be here listening to me speak today. There are a few things I'd like to say today, but don't be expecting the classic. As I look out here today, I see future surgeons, lawyers, and those who will create the vaccine for the next pandemic. No. As I look out here today, I see a bunch of kids who don't know what they're going to do with their life. I see a lot of you wishing you were in San Diego right now. And I see a few of you a little surprised you actually made it here today. Hey, I'm not saying you guys can't become doctors, lawyers, or whatever you dream up. It just seems cruel to give you such high hopes now when we'll all be broke college students for the next 4 years. Back in 8th grade, I gave a speech at promotion that focused on how our class was horrendous at best. But you know what? That's not the case anymore. Turns out there was just a handful of disruptors, and by sophomore year, Ernie had rounded them up and sent them who knows where. Thank you, Ernie. Your hard work does not go unnoticed. Now I see our class as one that doesn't always get dealt the best hand, but we've learned to make the best of what we've got. This past year has obviously been hard on a lot of us for different reasons. We got robbed of senior year traditions. However, I think we learned more about ourselves this year than we would have in a normal year. For example, I learned that when given the opportunity, I will remain in my comfy for the entire day, not putting real people clothes on until forced out of the house. I also learned that I'm terrific at multitasking. I mastered the art of playing spike ball and fishing during online class. But most importantly, I hope we have all learned something about ourselves that makes us happy. COVID blessed us with immense amounts of free time for us to explore passions and new hobbies. When thinking ahead to the future, I've been given one valuable piece of advice. Do what you love, and you'll never work a day in your life. Choose a path in life that makes you happy. We aren't here on earth for a long time, so we might as well have a good time. Don't waste your time on the interweb looking at famous people who have already achieved their goals. Use that time to better yourself and get closer to your own aspirations. Take what you've learned about yourself these past years and run with it. The only thing that will ever stop you is yourself. I mean, maybe your parents will stop paying for college if you decide you want a degree in puppetry, but hey, I say you go for it. I'd like to give a shout out to my teachers, of course. I owe a lot of credit to the teachers for making SRV a welcoming place, an environment where we students could not only become smarter, but grow as people. I would also like to give a formal apology to Senora Purcell. You are a great teacher, but I was a lost cause. I don't know a lick of Spanish, and I plan on sticking with English for the foreseeable future. Lo siento, Senora. And while most of you are becoming Mustangs at Cal Poly next year, never forget You were wolves first. Congratulations, class of 21. Dream big and be kind. Thank you.
Maybe it's the robes, but I'm reminded of Harry Potter today. And I'm a big fan of Harry Potter. One of my favorite memories of raising my sons is of me reading all 7 books aloud to them. We love the gruff Hagrid, upstanding McGonagall, fatherly Dumbledore, and best friends that anybody could have, Ron and Hermione. They all surrounded Harry with love. The boy survived the most terrible traumas and had a scar show for it. Their love, guidance, and sense of community allowed them to defeat all their foes, big and small. From the bullies like Draco, to the whispery fogs of despair that the Dementors bring, to the large, seemingly unstoppable forces of evil represented by Voldemort. Like Harry Potter, seniors, you have been marked. The events of the past 15 months shaped your development, and like Harry, you show that you have learned the lessons that matter most. With kindness and community and relationships, you can weather anything. Though I arrived in September when you were all learning remotely, I got to meet many of you at our experiences like the club fair and our 100 Days Till Graduation event. What struck me most was your kindness. The class of 2021 has a welcoming spirit. It wasn't just me that you extended your warmth to. Your commitment to inclusion through our clubs and classes that partner with our comrades reveals a culture that values meeting individuals where they are. Once some of you returned to campus in March, I watched you live these values. During your lunch, your excitement at being together was palpable. You thrived on connectedness. You did not get lost in your cell phones. Instead, you played ping pong, cornhole, and sat together and laughed. After lunch, you left the campus clean, showing you care for your community. At Greek games, you reveled in the spirit of friendly competition. Losing the opportunity to attend school allowed you to find the value in what, in the before times, you perhaps saw as compulsory or routine. Together, the class of 2021 has shown resilience and determination to focus on the positive. You have gained a perspective that you may not have had the world not gone terribly awry. Hold on to what you have gained. It will serve you well. Look for opportunities to connect with others, even those who are different from you or don't agree with you. Never miss an opportunity to be kind to someone else, even if, or especially if, you don't think that person may deserve it. Help them fend off the Dementors in their own lives. Join Dumbledore's army and be a force for good in the world. Seniors, looking out at you today gives me hope. We are on the cusp of new beginnings, and one of the greatest symbols of that is a graduation ceremony. No one knows what kind of world you will walk into tomorrow, but I do know that if in the years to come, if you have to rely on Google to remember the Pythagorean theorem or how to scan iambic pentameter, what you have learned about kindness and community cannot be found on the internet. With kindness and community, you can face any obstacle. The forces that have separated us are fading. It is up to you to use your gifts to keep them at bay. And that, dear students, concludes the last lecture you will receive in high school. At this time, we need to pause and take a moment to recognize one of our wolves who is no longer with us. I know many of you miss your classmate, Benjamin Lee Curry, and you are thinking of him today. I would like to invite Ben's parents, Karen and Tom Curry, up to the stage to receive Ben's diploma. If you can you make sure that Before we read the rest of the names, I would like to ask that you were respectful with your applause so that we can hear each graduate's name and honor each student. Trustee Clark, Ms. Gerardo, Mr. George, as the principal of San Ramon Valley High School, I certify to you that these students have successfully met all requirements of the Board of Education and the district. I invite Taylor Dates and Daniel Sagafi up to read the names of the graduating class of 2021. You're going to need this in just a second. Will the first two rows please stand? As a reminder, when you cross the stage, you may remove your mask for your photos.
Zachary Wyville. Gianna Marie Altamirano.
Jaden Grace Andres.
Colleen Jessica Mary Aparicio.
Riley Caroline Arbogast.
Sarah Beta.
Connor Michael Bartels.
Eris DeBella Barthold.
Carson Adrian Bath.
Chad Ryan Bear.
Juliana Babarta.
Ellie Cameron Becker.
Kate Elisa Bemis.
Michael Massimo Berger.
Riley Bergstead.
Lauren Nicole Bertha.
Catherine Christine Bertolero.
Lauren Elizabeth Bible.
Elizabeth Marie Vincheski.
Meredith Ann Bincheski.
Lindsay Noel Blair.
Gabriel Richard Bonetti.
Christopher Stephen Boris.
Eugene Bordegray III.
Daniel George Bray.
John Isaac Brents.
Jenna Brown.
Jack Ryan Bruno.
David Robert Burrell.
Ellie Ruth Buzzboom.
Ellie M. Bush.
Jeffrey James Canberra.
Tyler Joseph Campos.
Matthew Ryan Carbonell.
Sabrina Lee Carney.
Ashley Isabella Carter.
Caitlin Christina Carty.
Lisette J. Catalan.
Nathan Joseph Cheragino.
Jenna Nicole Cerruti.
Eli Daniel Chalich.
Calvin Matthew Reyes Chang.
Kaya Laughlin Chapin.
Cole Thomas Chester.
Connor Patrick Chester.
Owen Grant Christensen.
Jenna Rose Clausen.
Elizabeth Hope Coleman.
Annika Considine.
Madison Page Contanio.
Alexis N. Cooper.
Andrew Ryan Corcoran.
Caitlin Christine Coronado.
Jillian Elizabeth Corsa.
Aiden Christopher Cox.
Finnegan Johnson Crossway.
Casey Drew Cummings.
Jamie Nicole Cunha.
Shelby Jean Danielson.
Grace Jillian DeVal.
Peter Brannon Davis.
Shane Robert DeFlores.
Sadie Deitch.
Matthew James DeMallo.
Renee Sundung DeColin.
Elliot Denfoten.
Albert Shengyu Ding.
Heather Ding.
Lucas Tayub Doe.
Kyle J. Doherty.
Cole Everett Donaldson.
Walker Dudum.
Kyle Thomas Ecker.
Dylan C. Ursum.
Kareem Mohammed El Rafai.
Emma Elizabeth Ingstrom.
Lily Marie Esforms.
Finn Kelchner Featherston-Ha.
Hugh Thomas Flanders.
Nicholas Teixeira Foster.
Kyler Po Phi Fung.
Noah Joseph Garcia.
Sailor Garcia.
Zoe A. Jarvin.
Ryan A. Gehring.
Allison Jean Girassi-Novi.
Evan William Gaiba.
Sam Joseph Giamona.
Abby Michelle Golden.
Julia Ann Goodman.
Samuel Michael Gorun.
Ethan Christopher Gruey.
Daniela Christina Guariento.
Lily Jameson Guthrie.
Carson Andrew Hare.
Kendall Faith Hall.
Anne Marie Noel Hancock.
Mia Rebecca Hansen.
Mateen Joseph Harandi.
Kyle Jeffrey Hoy.
Kyle Patrick Halick.
Maura Kathleen Henry.
Ashton Herrero.
Madison Lynn Hickey.
Victoria Lee Hicks.
Lauren Rachel Higgins.
Brett Hilliard.
Clayton Scott Hilliard.
Cameron Margaret Hisson.
Michelle D. Huang.
Reese Marie Hobby.
Kanoe Lauren Hawk.
Kyle Thomas Honzik.
Jacob Jinghee Horsley.
Olivia Rose Horton.
Eric Cooper Housen.
Madeline Grace Hunt.
Aiden Idries.
Lauren Claire Indermule.
Lauren Ashley Iorio.
Daniel Islas Jimenez.
Donald Tyler Isaac.
Tyler Raymond Jablonski.
Kalen Andrew Jack.
Owen Bellows Jameson.
Sam P. Jarris.
Taylor May Jewett.
Connor James Jewick.
Ryan Hideo Jewick.
Amelia Rose John.
Brianna M. Johnson.
Brett Christian Johnson.
Cooper G. Johnson.
Laura K. Jones.
Thomas Jones V.
Sarah Jane Kent.
Lindsay Haskell Kerr.
Annalise Colette Keepin.
Gia Christine Kirkland.
Jillian Brianna Lynn Knight.
Caitlin Wright Kohler.
Anne Noel Kuster.
Alexandra Lynn Landman.
Paige Markel Landoff.
Brooke Leanne Langen.
Madeline Hannah Lee.
Sean Patrick Lescure.
Owen Elam Lewis.
Eric Lee.
Benjamin Armstrong Libby.
Preston Lipscomb.
Giovanna Vincenza Locicero.
Savannah Lee Landre.
Lindsay Mariko Lonergan.
Ariana Jade Lopez.
Jaden Lopez.
Tyler Eugene Love.
Layla Ann Lucas.
Jacob Ryan Ludwig.
Alexa Lynch, and accepting for her twin brother, Ethan Lynch.
Catherine Mary McBride.
Diego Luis Mack.
Let's go, Diego!
Rachel Giovanna Mandeville.
James Patrick Manley.
Sean David Manriquez.
Alexandria Catherine Monzo.
Matthew William Martone.
Michael Thomas Maurer.
Alexander Matthew McCambridge.
Kate Sydney McDonough.
Ashley Palmer McKean.
Olivia Lauren Meyer.
Ariana Rose Millelli.
Jordan Maureen Mitchell.
Nicholas Frank Mladinich.
Jonathan Eplin Molnar.
Johnny Lee Moore.
Chase Dean Morgan.
Chloe Hunter Morris.
Grant Glenn Morrison.
Sophie Adriana Morse.
Zachary Hideo Pukonakona Moses.
Timothy Duncan Roloff Mulholland.
Let's go, Jack! That's my home crowd!
Wyatt Anthony Mundilius.
Jason Patrick Murphy.
Man, thank you.
Robert James Murphy III.
Alexandra Lauren Neron.
Sydney Miles Newsom.
Sophia Ann O'Brien.
Jonaki O'Callahan.
Owen Sean Lynch.
Anisha Amar Patel.
Megan Elizabeth Petroni.
Brendan Paul Phillips.
Sierra Madison Picked.
Ava Mary Minster Poitras.
Tyler Chase Pollock.
Adele Elizabeth Polazuk.
Brooklyn Marie Pontius Catalich.
Naya Alexandra Pratt.
Joseph David Pretenick.
Patrick Burns Ramsauer.
Rhea Lynn Resendez.
Kara Marie Reber.
Madison Kate Romero.
Nicolette Rubos.
Anthony Lucchesi Rudden.
Rachel Caroline Sabi.
Kathleen Ashley Santich.
Brett Michael Shade.
Cameron Rose Schuyler.
Alana Tate Scott.
Samantha Leah Siegel.
Rosmeeg Nigel Shavakilian.
Madeline Paige Libera Shimizu.
Ava Silvani.
Giovanna Olivia Silvestri.
Robert Paul Smith III.
John Stewart Smutney.
Will Spain.
Lauren Catherine Stafford.
James Alfred Steingraf.
Cole Logan Stevens.
Let's go, Cole!
Logan Cooper Stevens.
Shelby Lynn Storm.
Josh Sverdlov.
Morgan Marie Sweeney.
Emma Rose Sweetland.
Charles Francis Tagliaferri.
Peter Andrew Tallman.
Lauren Elizabeth Tam.
Chloe Elizabeth Toffer.
Connor Jordan Toffer.
Christopher Thiessen.
Trinity Gilmore Tingy.
Mia Tinson.
Lauren Marie Torchiana.
Yeah, Lauren!
Ryan Scott Tredenick.
Yeah, Ryan!
Henry Michael Tromador.
Thank you so much.
Kyle Reagan Sang.
Maxwell John Toofer.
Bridget Turtle.
Isabella Mia Usher.
Cade Lewis Van Bachlen.
Emile Armand Benas.
Isha Varkur.
Jack Owen Vasconi.
Lauren Ann Vassell.
Aiden James Vaughn.
Let's go, Bob! Let's go, Bob!
Natalia V. Volkov.
Grace Isabella Volpe.
Tatum Alexandra Foman.
Doak Nicholas Walker.
Grant Kevin Watson.
Jewel Miranda Weaver.
Georgia Claire Westgate.
William Hart Weiersdorf.
Nathan Williams.
Ian James Wilson.
John Kenneth Wofford IV.
Lydia Rose Wolford.
Matthew Thomas Wong.
Mei Ling Wong.
Michael Winghua Wong.
James Kealoha Woodley.
Audrey Elise Yonchich.
Ethan Sungmin Yu.
Let's go, Ethan!
Erin Marie Young.
Wyatt Belden Zilk.
Thank you very much.
I'm so proud of you!
Taylor Lee Dates.
Daniel Walter Sagaffi.
Wonderful. Before we conclude, I would just like to ask all the audience members to please remain seated until the graduates have left. Due to COVID protocols, we cannot gather on the field. Please meet your student in the parking lot or in your predetermined location. Sorry. Graduates, please stand. This is the moment you're waiting for. By the power invested in me by state law and the Board of Education of the San Ramon Valley Unified School District, it gives me great pleasure to present the graduating class of 2021. Seniors, please turn your tassels from right to left. Class dismissed. That went well. Okay, we're going to leave this one here.